Morning, everyone, and welcome to today's LinkedIn Live. And I am super, super excited to have Angela with me from the Cotswold Networking Group. She is a complete dynamite of a lady, and I am absolutely thrilled that she agreed to be here. One of the reasons that I asked her was because she has grown her networking business really mainly through Instagram. And I was really interested to find out a little bit more about how that she's achieved this. Angela's really nervous about being on here today, so any questions, be super nice. But it's a live session, so if you want to ask any questions, please do. Angela, just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you started the Cotswold Networking, and a little bit about the Cotswold Networking Group would be fab to start us off.
Okay, so I had a few years ago, well, about 10 years ago, I had a ladies' fashion business, and I did a lot of business networking in a ladies' group, and I just found it really, really helpful. And I still in contact with those people these days. So I decided after lockdown and how the businesses were hit so badly, I just woke up one morning and decided I'm going to start a business networking group. So I live in Malmesbury, so I started it in Malmesbury. It was just going to be a local thing. I'll start, we hadn't been out, you sort of miss all the connections of meeting people, having a social life. I thought I'd start a business networking group in Malmesbury, which I did at the wonderful Old Bell Hotel, which is gorgeous. And they have been so supportive of us, through the number of years that we've been doing it with them. And then it was also, I started, right, where do I start? Nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows what Cotswold Networking is. So it was basically growing, using marketing, because I've got a marketing background and I am a marketeer now, and growing the business based on, using my marketing skills and trying to get the word out there, to try and get people to come along to the networking group. We'll talk about how I did that in a second, but then a year later, because it was so successful, I launched in Cirencester at the King's Head Hotel, and we had about 120 people at the launch night, which was amazing.
Wow.
We've since moved to Roots and Seeds, which is a lovely restaurant on the Bathurst estate, and then in September last year, I launched in Cheltenham at the absolutely stunning Nook on 5 restaurant in Cheltenham. And 3 weeks ago, I launched in Bath at the Camberwell Park Golf Club, which is also another lovely venue. So our USP is that we do it in really lovely venues. And so people feel like they're all evening events. So people feel like they're having a bit of an evening out as well as business networking, and, making relationships on the night on a social, on a social event as well is the way to sort of grow yourself, grow your business. So it's just been really unbelievable, to be honest.
And how long has it been running for? When did it? How many years now are you on?
Just over 2 years ago, I started.
2 years now, 4 groups.
Yes.
So world domination shortly, then, I'm presuming.
Well, you never know. I'm going to go next.
I do, Angela. Having met you, I can totally believe that you will be world domination before we know it. And also, what I'd like to say is they're just massively supportive groups. I absolutely love coming along to your networking groups because they have such a lovely feel, really nice, supportive. People there to help you, with whatever problem. It's a real sort of community that you've managed to grow. I want to ask you a little bit about how you grew the business through Instagram, because today is about sort of Instagram secrets, how you did that, because you've actually got this huge thriving community going on through this. And I discovered you. I'm not massively an Instagrammer, but even I discovered you on Instagram. You kept appearing, and I was like, oh, who is this person that keeps appearing in my feeds? I must find out a little bit more. So can you tell us a little bit more about how you sort of started using Instagram to grow the business?
Well, because I'm a local, business, I'm targeting the local community. So I thought Instagram was the best way to do it, and LinkedIn as well. I started using LinkedIn at a later date than Instagram, but I started off on Instagram, set up the account, followed a lot of the local people, and then the best way to do it is to follow people who they follow, or who follow them, basically, because they're local. They are targeting local people. So I just followed a lot of people in the local area, but you've got to be careful. You can only follow a certain amount of people each day before Instagram blocks you and says you can't follow anymore, and it freezes it. So I think it's about 100, but you need to check on the latest, because they change it all the time. And the best way to follow people, instead of just clicking follow, is to actually go onto their Instagram, have a look at some of their posts, make some comments on their posts, like a few of their posts, and then they, so then when they go into their feed, they say, oh, somebody new following me, oh, but they've liked a few of my posts and they've commented, so you're engaging with them, and they're more likely then to follow you back. So that's a good little tip that I've been doing. So building the is very, very important, because you've got to get the followers so that you can actually get out there. So initially I was using Canva. Well, I do use Canva, which is a graphic design tool, which everybody should be using if they're doing any marketing on their business. It's really, really easy to use. It's got lots of videos that you can look at to train yourself in it. And then you can create posts. It's got templates. So I used Canva to sort of, say launching in Malmesbury. These are the dates of all our events. So you can use Canva's very, very good for that. But really, you need to sort of put yourself out there, which I hate. I hate being on video. So I had to put myself out there and do videos of myself. So that people, know who you are. And I've had so many people come up to me at the events and say to me, I feel like I know you already, because I've seen you all over Instagram all the time, So
it's definitely true, that, in the fact that we call them the silent watchers, but by the time they're ready to do business with you, they've turned out they already know who you are, which is amazing, really, because you don't know them from Adam, but they know exactly who you are.
I know. I've had it so many times. People, visitors come to the groups and they say, yeah, I know exactly who you are because I've seen you so much. I go, I'm really sorry. I know I'm pretty prolific all over social media. So it's just like doing, getting your face out there. And a bit of a tip for that, because everybody's thinking, right, I've got to, right, today I'm going to do some videos, of myself. I would, take a few, find a location wherever you're doing the videos, take a few different outfits. So for instance, when we launched in Bath group, I went there months before with different outfits, and Simon was with me, and he taking videos of me wearing, I was saying, right, next month we are launching in Bath, and then 2 months time we're launching in Bath. So I did lots of different videos that I can reuse. So it doesn't mean to, because it's all very time consuming doing these videos. So take a change of clothes, stand somewhere a bit different, and just save those reels that you can then use in Instagram in the future.
That's a great top tip, because it's about working smarter, really, rather than harder, isn't it, in that respect?
It is.
It's really what I'm hearing is that you're really just using social for being social on it, and that is what is helping you get that reach that you need, because you are properly engaging with the people that you're not just spamming people left, right and center trying to make followers. You're trying to make genuine connections.
Yes, and every little chance that you get, try and take some videos, so that you can. I mean, I use CapCut, but you can use the video editor within Instagram. But try and get videos wherever you go. I mean, people get annoyed with me, or not another video, Angela, at all the events, but it's the way to do it, because you can tie all these videos together and create a little reel. And before every event, I always stand there. You've probably seen, stand there and say, "Hi, I'm at Roots and Seeds in Cirencester. We're having our Cirencester group this evening." And so just engaging with people beforehand, and then obviously these videos, create the videos, and then a good tip is that which I never did before, but I've started doing a lot now, is resharing these videos. Or resharing your posts, because not everybody sees your posts. So you might have done a really good post, like a month or two ago on the Cirencester group. And so why not reshare it? So I use something called Repost, which is an app. So you just, you go onto the actual video, you click down and you say copy link, and then go into Repost, and it reposts it for you, and then you can put new wording on it. So I now reuse all my posts all the time, because the chances of all my followers, I've now got over 4,000 followers, seeing it all at the same time. So keep using them, and then that saves you so much time as well.
That is a really good one, because I think people spend a lot of time creating content, and actually not reusing it means that you're constantly having to think of new things again and again and again, and that should be across every platform. One of the things that you said that really resonated with me was about the video, and then not wanting to be on video. And that's something that I hear clients saying, I don't want to be on video, or I don't want to make that call, or I don't want to do something. But actually they're holding themselves back by not getting out there. And I think a lot
Yes.
of the worries that we have about being online or being in front of people is that people are going to judge you, that they're going to, and actually I found that the complete opposite has been true, in that people actually get to hear you, they get to know you, they're actually really supportive of what you're doing. Have you found it to be the same?
Yes, I think I don't think I think people do not like being in front of the camera. Most people don't, and I think then they sort of admire you for having the the sort of guts to do it, really.
Yeah.
And it is really hard in the beginning. I took so many different takes, and I was like, oh my god, I look awful. Do it again, or I've got my words mixed up. You just go for it, and just sort of, it's one of those things that get out of your comfort zone and give it a try. And if you're the face of your business, people will resonate with you, and I think you'll be much more successful by being out there and being the face of your business.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And moving on, because a lot of what you're saying now to me also resonates with networking as a whole. And I'm just wondering how you can get the most out of networking within your sort of groups that you run. So have you got any top tips on that?
Well, what I always say to everybody is that you need to attend regularly. If you sort of dip in and out every, one 3 months or something, you're not going to make the connections. You need to turn up regularly, and like we had a little bit of a chat earlier. A lot of people don't make the effort. They sort of rock up and they think, okay, so who's going to talk to me? Just make the effort, just break down your barriers, go and talk to people, because everybody in the group is really supportive. And if anybody new that's coming, I will take them and say, come and meet so and so. So I will, because I know the members who are really chatty, and will look after them. So I sort of come and meet Sarah, or come and meet Penny, and and then from that time on, then they're sort of rocking and rolling. And we have a standard format to the evening anyway. So apart from the initial, when they have to come in and get themselves a drink and meet people from the first time, there is a standard format to the evening, which makes it much more comfortable for people anyway. So just do it. Business networking, I mean, it's a really cheap way of getting your business out there. You think how much it costs to put an advert in, to do Google Ads. So being face to face with people, which is what I wanted to do after COVID. I wanted to really, really, get people out there face to face. Is the best way ever of networking and building your business. And also then after you've been to a networking group, contact the people, stay in touch with them, arrange a coffee, arrange a Zoom call, even if it's just to find out a little bit more about their business, even if it doesn't, sort of fit in with your business, or you're not going to be their customer. You may know other people who will be their customers. So, help them out. For instance, Simon from Financial Careers, who's my other half, he now really makes an effort at networking groups to contact people and to set up meetings and Zoom calls afterwards, you know. And then he's doing all sorts of connecting people together, and you know, and I can see his business growing because of this, because everybody thinks he's a, you know, amazing guy because he's doing this, he's connecting people, and so it raises your profile as well.
100%. And I think one of the things about your groups that I've found particularly is that it's also about helping people out. You know, if they have a problem and you have a skill set, not just about the selling side, it's actually giving them some help, giving them some top tips so that they can go away. And I found that that happens a lot within your groups, in the fact that people are sharing information. They're not actually trying to sell to each other. They're just trying to help one another out. And I found that that was a really nice touch, you know, and the learning elements that you're bringing in also really help people's businesses progress. So it's more than just the connections as well. There is a sort of learning path there and a really supportive side to the business.
Yes, we've changed the format slightly moving forward, and we're doing a 10-minute slot at the beginning where they can, where one of our members, or we may get people from outside, can just come in and just do a sort of, it's called growth nuggets, where they can come in and they can teach the group something. It could be about business, it could be about health, it could be about well-being, just something that they feel like at the end of the night they've gone home and learned something. So that's really exciting to be doing that. And we did it in Bath on Tuesday night. Was it Wednesday night in Bath? And so because it was the first one, I did the growth nuggets, and I'm going to do it in Cheltenham on Tuesday. And I do marketing apps that I use on a daily basis. So and I said to them all, and they were all like, you see them all taking pictures on their phone, you know, of all my slides. And so I said to them, you know, tell me straight, was it useful? And they all go, yeah, really useful. So just anything, you know, any little tips that people can relay the rest of the group, so that we all feel like we're learning something as well.
Yeah, fab. You've grown so much over the last 2 years. Tell me what you think is down the line and how people can get in, you know, get involved in the Cotswold Networking group.
Okay, so I'll talk about getting involved. You can actually come as a visitor twice before we ask you to become a member to continue. We are a membership group, and because we want to forge those relationships. We're not a one-seat group, so because I believe that people buy from people, I believe that, and everyone's got different things they can bring to the party. So, and also I find in collaboration as well, businesses are collaborating.
Yeah.
You know, Simon's a recruitment consultant. He's now collaborating with another recruitment consultant that he met at one of our networking groups. So, you know, it's all about growing your business and collaboration and helping each other. So you can come twice as a visitor. You can go onto our website and all the dates of all the groups. So we've got Malmesbury, Cirencester, Cheltenham, and now Bath and Beyond. So you can choose one of those venues. They're once a month in each venue. So you come twice, and then hopefully you'll sign up to be a member. And going forward, sorry, all my emails are coming through. Going forward, I'm thinking possibly, because we've now got quite a lot of members and all these groups, that we could possibly do a sort of day where, you know, we get all the groups together and we do a bit of speed networking. We'd have some, you know, people can have stalls and, you know, stands, and we'll have some speakers. So that's sort of a germ of an idea that I've got going on. So
What I love about you, Angela, is that you're like I get whiplash by all the ideas that are going on, and you actually orchestrate them all, which is amazing. You're like, things really get done. Thank you so much for coming in and doing this. I know you're really nervous. I hope you didn't find it too bad. But
no, it's okay. Actually, it's okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, because you're, you know, I've now met you through our networking groups, and we've got a nice friendship forming here, and I think what you do is amazing as well. So I say to everybody, check out Pink Elephant, Major, and Henny, because you are an amazing woman, you know. And you are our speaker. And you are our speaker in Cirencester on Wednesday.
I am indeed, and I'm very excited about it. So thanks very much. But honestly, thank you. It's been brilliant, and hopefully loads of people have learnt loads. And we will catch up, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.